wouldn't it be sad if you go through all this horrible cancer, this really awful cancer, and then you die of a heart attack because you didn't exercise?
Grind, grit, heart, determination, will, unbreakable faith.
Time for anything, everything was full press with me. You know, I walked in, I discovered, hey, you have cancer. You have cholangiocarcinoma, which is bile duct cancer. That's what I had, but it metastasized to my liver. I had a 10 centimeter mass on my liver that I had to have my whole liver. I have 3/4 of my liver removed. So I would say my liver is the size of a kidney bean, a red bean. But I guess it regenerated. But needless to say, I had 3 additional tumors inside my body as well. Like I said, I not only had a 1% chance of survival, I had less than 1% chance of survival because I had stage 3 kidney renal failure. I had high blood pressure. I had congestive heart failure. On top of many other things, I had hypertension associated with diabetes as well. So like I said, I had less than 1%. And now my thing is, you know, with God's help and with God's treatments, you can make it. And I want y'all to understand that this is not a death sentence. And this has come from somebody that was on death's door. This is my family here. This is my family and my close friends. And this is a special day for me. You know what I mean? I was diagnosed in 2021, treated. By 2022, I had surgery. God blessed it. It was past the stage of anything except chemo treatments. I had 2.5 years of chemo dumped in my body in 4 months. And if I sustained it, they said I would have a chance, but I never gave up. And then, like I said, this is a special occasion for me because I have friends from near and far came. He came from Illinois. This is my sister, my older sister. She's a cancer survivor as well. This is my daughter, my baby girl. She's battling diabetes. And we go together, we gonna make it, we gonna get it right. You know what I mean? And like I said, if anybody can do it, you can do it. Don't give up. It's not a death sentence, I promise you. I promise you, I'm here, and I know it's tough. I've been through the chemo, I've been through everything, and I can show you my scar to even prove it to you. I had liver surgery. They took it out, and that's what it was. And I'm here, and now I'm functioning, and now I do 6 miles a day on a treadmill. I'm in the greatest shape of my life, and I'm just a living testimony, and I want to show y'all this is not it. I was out of here. But God had the last word, and he saw otherwise. So I'm in here to encourage you all. Again, and today is my 50th birthday. 1-5. Number 50. You know what I mean? And that's not bad to say for a guy who they didn't even expect to live 4 months to get my affairs in order, right? I cashed my insurance policy in. I did it all. It was over for me. And I had to tell that to my children. I had to share that experience with them and everything. They seen the walk. I went through the chemo. I was bald-headed. I shed skin. I couldn't eat. Even now to this day, I can't eat off of silver. The metallic, does something to my body, and it messes with my body. But like I said, I say that all that to say this: God is the greatest, man. And if you believe in him and the things, and y'all know I ain't got to tell y'all what I had, how I went through the chemo and everything. Y'all understand all that. But what I will tell you is how I got through this, and then my story, and it can help you all. How I got through it was I function with 3 principles, and it's faith, it's mindset, and it's discipline. The first being faith. I put my faith, my total trust in God. I put everything I believe in God. And I know people think that it's cliche-ish or whatever, but trust me, you're going to need him before you realize you can't do anything without God. I'm going to just leave it there. That's it. It's enough said. Everybody knows. And I know that everybody say, when you get it, you run closer to him. Well, you're supposed to. And you ask yourself, why me? I ask myself the same question. But then I ask myself, I was a pro athlete. I played football on the highest levels. I've always lived a comfortable life. I never had anything wrong. I'm one of 13 kids. I'm the 12th kid. You know what I mean? So, and I'm asking myself, why me? You know what God said, why not you? I'm going to use you as an example. Anything he has to break you to rebuild you. And then when he rebuilds you, you're better than ever. And that's why I have a company that's called New Life. My last name is Janeau, Janeau. And I use the last 4 off of my name, New Life. And that's what it gives. And we soar into a new life. And we're not stopping. This won't stop us. And I go to everywhere. And I've been to New Orleans. I've talked at the Hope Lodge in New Orleans. And last week I talked at the Hope Lodge in Atlanta. And my mission is to go around speaking to everybody and letting them know, because this disease is so dangerous and it's taking everybody out, and it doesn't have to. We give up on it. And it's tough, because I'm telling you, it's the toughest thing I've done. People have seen me at my worst and they're like, man, how could you go on? And like I said, faith, mindset, discipline. Now your faith, that's God. That's number one, right? Your mindset. You got to get into the battle. You're battling for your life. This is life and death. It's no BS. It is what it is. It's cut and dry. It's not, people don't understand what we've been through. People don't get it. People think it's a joke, and they walk around and they just go past life. But what it does for us, it makes us appreciate everything in life. It made me, you know what, and you get so busy with the hustle and bustle of life, and everything is all smoke and mirrors. And I had to realize that God sits you down and you see everything. I appreciate the birds on the trees. I appreciate the seasons changing. I watch the leaves change. I said it was a time I couldn't do anything but just watch the leaves change. Every day I'm walking out and I just see a different. I watch seasons change. I watch the birds. I hear them. I hear things. And when you're getting caught up with the cars and the traffic and the this, and you have to be this place and you have to be that place. God says, no, you don't have to be anywhere but where he has you at that particular time. So I just want you to understand, it's not he puts you here for a reason. And it's like just putting you in a holding pattern. And when you come out, this is the end result of it. When you come out, you use it to exalt his name, right? And mindset is you just got to prepare yourself for war. This is a war, but you can win. It's not a war that, you know what I mean? And if you can't win, you go out swinging. And so what? You go out with dignity, you go out with honor, but you're going out the way you want to go out, so to speak, right? And God, if I'm telling you, you can do it. People told me I asked the lady in the hospital, my nurse practitioner, I was so crazy, I didn't even know what stage of the cancer was. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I asked her, what's after stage 4? She looked up at the sky. I said, what are you looking at? I said, I asked you a question. I said, who's up on the roof? I said, what's wrong with you? Who's on the roof? She said, nah, that's it. After stage 4. And I said, what? I said, you got to be kidding me. I just walked in. You just tell me this is after my second chemo treatment. And everything with me was stat. I found out on July 28th, I was diagnosed with stage 4. They didn't even tell me the stage. I was diagnosed with cancer, with cholangiocarcinoma, bile duct cancer, metastasized to the liver, 3 additional tumors. Okay, we developed the game plan. That was July 28th. August the 2nd, I had put a port in. That was 4 days later. I had my port put in. August the 9th, I started chemo treatments. So imagine discovering you have cancer. After your biopsy, you have cancer. You have to go get your port in. You're doing chemo, all this in less than a week, right? I was on 3 of the strongest chemo medications there was. I did chemo 4 days a week, 5th day of hydration. So I was at the hospital 5 days a week. You know what I mean? So from August the 9th to December 15th, I had 12 rounds, 6 cycles every week. And they told me that was the only shot for me to live. And if I had a 10 centimeter mass, and if they'd have touched me at that particular time, I wouldn't be here talking to you right now. So they said if it shrank, the only way they couldn't do radiation. I was past everything. They couldn't do radiation. They couldn't do immunotherapy. None of that stuff. It was chemo or bust. We swing it for the fences. That's the only option I had. So that's why I'm sharing this with you. And this is why I get on the road. I live in Atlanta. I got on the road this morning to come share this with you all, because God put it on my heart, and I brought my family with me on my birthday. So this means something to me. This means everything to me. I don't care if it's 2 people in here. If I reach 1 person, my job is done, right? But to get back to what I was saying, from 4 months, from August the 9th to December 15th, I had the chemo treatments. And that was the only thing that said if it shrank to 6 centimeters, they would go do surgery. If they didn't, there was nothing else they could do for me. So after my last chemo treatment, my doctor told me, she said, okay, we're going to check it. They checked my cancer levels. To God be the glory, it was a 6. And he told me we go and get it. I said, let's go get it. They told me my surgery was going to be 6.5 hours. It ended up being 8.5 hours, because when they opened it up, it was more stuff that they had to get in. But I don't care what it was. I don't care how much they had to do. I'm here. You know what I'm saying? God, and I just want to let y'all know, I would do this every day of the week. I would come back as many times y'all want me to or whatever. This is my mission. I want to save as many lives and help as many lives as I can in the glory for the glory of God and to give him all the praise and honor because this is what he done to me. And like I said, I'm just a regular guy. I travel with my family. This is how I travel. If you don't see my family with me, you don't see her with me all the time. She took me to every chemo treatment I had. She was there from every step of the way. And like, so, and it all, sometimes it don't mean family either. Family's not going to be there for you as well. God going to put the people in position that he wants in a position to help you. Sometimes families are a hindrance. Sometimes they're not. They're supportive and they're not. You know what I mean? But they have other people that he brings you around. This has been my friend since college, since 1996, almost 30 years. And he's like my brother. He came down just to celebrate my birthday with me. We talked every day while I was going through this situation. And he knows the depths of everything. My daughter lives with me. She's right across the hall from me. She's seen the chemo treatments and I try to keep it away from her. Right? My big sister, she cooked gumbo for me because that's the only thing I could eat during chemotherapy. I couldn't eat anything. I had nothing left in me. And all I could eat was the broth from the gumbo or the broth from the red beans. And I would call her in the morning on my way to chemo at 6 in the morning. I said, hey, big sis, I can't eat anything. I said, I'm going to need you. She said, well, what do you need? She said, what do you want? I said, gumbo. She said, okay, bet. Half a day called, 12 o'clock. Every chemo treatment, I tell her I want something on Mondays and Wednesdays. Every day she'll call. She'll go to the store and get the stuff, cook it, and she'll call. She said, because I passed her house on the way to Kennesaw Hospital in Landland and on the way back home. She said she'll call at 12 o'clock. She'll call. She'll say, hey, what do you do? She'll tell him he's halfway through his treatment. Well, what time you getting out? He'll get out about 3 or 4. Pass on the way back is ready. And every time I passed on the way back, it was ready and it got me through. So the little things matter the most. The little things matter the most. And then my third thing I want to expound on, and I'm going to let you all go and finish your day. It was faith, mindset, and discipline, right? Discipline will take you places where motivation can't, right? We're not going to all be motivated. And this is my buddy, man. I'll tell you, after my workouts every morning, I send him a screenshot. That's my accountability partner. Okay, I did 6 miles today. Where you at? Right? Where you at? I send every day. He'll send me his at night because he works in the daytime. He'll send me his at night. I got you, big brother. And sometimes he don't send me one for 2 days. I'm like, all right, now you slacking. All right, big brother, I got you. So that's the relationships that you develop and you have. And those are the ones that's going to mean the most to you. But the discipline is going to keep you where motivation can't. It's going to keep you when you don't feel like having it, when you feel like crap after that chemo treatment, or you in the valley a day or so after the steroids wear off. You know what I mean? And you feel like crap and nobody knows. And it's burning you from the inside out. And you're weak and you can't eat and you're vomiting. You can't hold. I had neuropathy. I had it all. She'll tell you. I look like I was 300. I took so much steroids with the amount of chemo that they was giving me. I was 377 pounds. I'm 300 right now. And this is less than a year of just working and getting back. So I'm telling y'all, man, the discipline, the faith, the mindset, the discipline, that's the model. And that's all it takes. It don't take all that stuff. It don't take you doing everything. And trust the process. Whatever your doctor, and if you have a question for them, ask. Ask your doctors. Don't be afraid to talk, because this is your life and you're responsible for your life, right? Whatever you want to ask the doctor, you ask them. You know what I mean? And don't feel no question is a dumb question, because this is your life. They're going to go home. You're going to be where you are. But I know all of you, just by even sitting here listening to me, this is the first step of telling me that y'all want to make it, and I'm going to be here for you. So like I said, if y'all need anything from me, you can get my address, you can get my website, I have a Facebook support group, I have a Instagram support group, and I'm a member of a cancer survivor support group as well. And if you need anything from me and just to talk to me or reach out to me, just call me. I'm here. I have 2 phones, so I'll give you both numbers. You know what I mean? And anything I can do to help in any way, just let me know, and I'm here for you. All right, but I'm going to let you know, man, it's not over. And you could do it, man. You could do it. And with that being said, I ain't going to take up too much of y'all time. I appreciate y'all time and having me to just listen to the words that I'm telling y'all. And we're going to try to get this message out of hope and survival and inspiration. And let you know you can do it. And I'm going to be checking back and see how everybody's doing. So I don't think I'm just going to let y'all slide. Y'all just going to walk out here. Y'all ain't going to never see me again. I got you. So I see you right there. I know. I'm going to talk to you after I finish. So You know, but like I said, man, if I can help anybody, man, in any way, man, just let me know. Just feel free, and yeah, man, I'm here for you. I'm here for you. And I just want to let you know it's not over. Mm-hmm.
How long have you been out of treatment now?
2 years.
2 years, because I didn't might not have heard the first thing, but so you have not had any further
Nothing.
treatment for 2 years?
2 years. I'm bill free. Matter of fact, I had my port removed a year after. You know what I mean? And I just went from the 3 months to the 6 months in January. So yeah, it's been 2 years. In January, it's been 2 years because it was 2022, right? January 2022. So yeah, so now I'm at every 6 months. So now I have to go for my scan in July instead of every 3 months now. So I was doing every 3 months for 2 years, and I was like, but it was free every rip. So I was cancer free. So God is the greatest, man. So I'm telling y'all, man, don't give up, man. I don't care if they tell you you can't come back. And I've done it all. I had black hair before this happened, and I had a black beard. Now it might have taken a little bit to die with it, but I had a head full of wavy hair. But now I came back bald. I'm like, thank you, Jesus, I'm still here. I just started wearing a bald head after chemo. You know, it tried to grow back, but I had a little cul-de-sac right here. It didn't grow back fully, but hey, shucks, I'm here and I'm healthy. And God is the greatest, like I said, man. Like I enjoyed y'all, man. Anything, man, anytime, I'm here.
Guided by the hand of the maker.
God bless
By the
everybody.
master. New
He
life.
believes cancer saves his life. He's changed his lifestyle, his diabetes, his high blood pressure. They're all gone.